Welcome, video editor. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be making a rotating two-sided picture. We're going to be doing that in the 3D area of the Fusion page. I know the Fusion page scares a lot of people, but this is pretty simple. It's good for beginners and it gets you to learn how to use the nodes. So the first thing we want to do, we're in the edit page. We're going to right-click in our media pool. We're going to go to New Fusion Composition, click Create. Then we're going to drag that down into our timeline. Then we need a couple of pictures to work with. So you're going to right-click, Import Media. I got a couple pictures here that I just got off of Pexels. You're going to want two pictures that are basically the same size. So now what we want to do is we want to jump over into our Fusion page, and you can see we have a media out. Every node only does one thing. What the media out node does, everything you run into it throws it back into the timeline in the edit page. That's what our media out node does. Now we're going to bring our pictures in. That's our first picture. This is our second picture. I'm going to rename this one. You can hit F2 on the keyboard. I'm going to name it front, and I'm going to name the other one back. So highlight it, F2 on the keyboard. We're going to name this one back. So now we're going to need a few more nodes. We want to click on front. You want to hit Shift Spacebar to bring up your search. We're going to type in transform. Now we only want the regular transform node. We don't want the 3D or anything, just the regular transform. Click add, and it's going to connect it to the front for us. Do the same thing with the back. Highlight it, Shift Spacebar, transform. We're going to add that. Now double click in a blank area here so nothing is highlighted. Again, Shift Spacebar. Now you want to search for cube, and we want the cube 3D. So we're going to add that. Now we're going to highlight the cube 3D, Shift Spacebar. We're going to type transform again, but this time we do want the 3D transform node. So click that and add that. Now we need one more node. Highlight transform. Again, Shift Space. Type render. We need the render node. 3D render. We're going to add that. Now we're simply going to connect the render 3D to our media out. We click on this little square and we connect it to media out, and we get our cube. If we click on cube, the cube node, drag it up into the left window, and now we see it in 3D. This is the front, this is the top. Now, it's a cube with all the sides. We just want kind of a flat thing with a slight edge. So we're going to bring this top edge closer to the front. So we click on our cube. We go to transform. Go down here to scale and uncheck the lock XYZ. Now your Z is what's going to drag that to the left, and you can see how it brings it closer together. Now to see how close we really have it, we go to rotation here, rotate our Y-axis, and you can see how thick our edge is. That's pretty good. I might bring it in just a hair. That's good. I'm going to turn this back. So the orange side is the front, the white is the back. We're going to make the front side, the orange side, white as well, because otherwise our picture will look orange. It'll have an orange tint. So in order to do that, we're going to stay on the cube 3D. click on Material, and here you see this drop-down box. We're on front, so click that orange color, make it white. We want the back white as well. The rest of them, I'm going to change to a dark red. You can make it any color you want. Just make sure you make them all the same color. Dark red. The bottom, dark red. Also now, whoops, we want to make the top dark red. Now, if I go back to transform and I rotate this, you can see that our edge here is red, our top is red. Everything is red. You can see the underneath, it's all red. Now what we got to do is put our picture, you can remember this is our front picture, on the face of this. My pictures are kind of wide, so I need to make my thing a little wider, just a little bit, like so. So what I'm going to do now is connect the front picture to the front of our cube. The transform node is going to let us transform the picture, in this case make it bigger. So this cube has different connections because there's different sides. So you want to hover over the connections until you find the front. That's front right there. So we take our connection here and connect it to the front. And it's going to jump over, but it's front. If you hover over it, you can see our pictures on the front. Now we need to find our back connection. Here it is right here on mine. So we're going to connect this to the back. I don't know that they connected right. I guess so. So we're going to click on the front, transform, and we're going to zoom that picture up until it fills that red square. That's pretty good right there. Now we're going to click on our back transform, but we have to rotate this so we can see the back. So we're going to click on the cube. We're going to rotate it so we can see the back side of it. You see the front picture through it, but you see this is our other photo. So what we're going to do is click on transform, and we're going to zoom that photo up. So that looks pretty good right there. So now we have our photos connected to our cube. Now if we click our cube and we rotate this, I don't know why, you can see the photo on each side. So what we're going to do now is we're going to jump back into our edit page, bring the head back to the beginning. Well, first we need to add our keyframes. I'm sorry. Let's go back to the Fusion page. Take your playhead here. Make sure it's at the very beginning on 0. Click on your cube and go to rotation. The y-axis here rotates. So what we want to do is double click Y. It'll bring it straight. We want to set a keyframe. Then I'm going to jump about 60 frames ahead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 full rotations. There's one, that's a half. There's one. There's 2 rotations. We'll bring that back straight. So that's set a keyframe there. So now if we were to play that, It still has to render, so it's not going to play in real time. This 3D stuff is very intensive on computers, but you can see that it's going to rotate. So we'll stop it there. Now we'll go back to our edit page. We'll hit the home key to bring our playhead back to the beginning. And now we can play it from there. Then it loops fully. But we notice a problem. I can rewind it. I'll play it again. And you know it stops rotating the minute it hit our keyframe and goes to the end. So how do we keep it to rotate the full length of our video clip? What we could have done is put a keyframe at the end, and it would have rotated till the end, but it would have rotated much slower because, you know, the closer our keyframes are together, the faster your effect takes place. So to keep it at the same speed, what we have to do is to loop it so it keeps rotating. So we're going to go back into our Fusion page, and we're going to go up here and click on Spline. Mine was already open, but click Spline. Make sure these boxes are checked so you can see your keyframes, and if you can't, click this little box right here and you can see your keyframes. Now what you want to do is highlight those. You can simply highlight them, drag around them, or you can hit Control A on your keyboard and that will highlight them as well. Right click, set loop, click loop. Now when we play it, it's going to play through all the way till the end of our clip. It's not playing in real time here because it hasn't finished rendering again. Every time you do something, it has to re-render. And like I said, it's very intensive, this 3D stuff on the computer. So we can play it back now. We will hit home key again and we play it back now again. And now we can see it's going to rotate the full length of our clip because we looped it. So keep that in mind. It's a good little trick. That's all I have for you today. Like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video.